Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How's it going, guys? Bit of a later one today because Shorty's just been getting up and about a few things. Wanted to go 10-pin bowling tonight. Me and me mates were like, we've got to do a bit more throughout the week. You know, the weeks go by, you're working full time. You can't always be relying on the weekend to deliver the goods. It's a long time to wait. So we thought we've got to start doing a few more fun things after work. Let's go 10-pin bowling. Like, awesome. Bit of fun. Roll in. It's a Thursday night. It's pretty fucking busy. We're like, just got a lane for us by chance? He's like, did you book? We're like, nah. I'm starting to look around. I'm like, it looks like every lane is full. They play comp Monday to Thursdays. I kind of thought they would play comp some nights. Definitely didn't think it would fill out. There's like 28 lanes. But nah. So we're like, no worries, mate. We'll see you next week and we'll probably book. All good. So just really threw it back nostalgia style. Just went for the old Kmart run. Just rolled into Kmart. Shorty bought some new bed sheets, little pillowcases, mate. Even bought myself a little notebook. Just a few write a few things in there, a few gems of wisdom, you know, just see what's going on. Then we got an ice cream. It was great stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty solid night. But also fit a gym session in there. So it was relatively productive, but obviously that means I was a bit later on the video, so I won't muck you around too much longer because Shorty's going to smash this one out, then get into bed, I reckon. Let's take a look at the team, shall we? And look, it was a fun live session. This stage of the year, if you're just down for some banter or shit talking, this is when you want to log on to the lives on a Wednesday night, because from 7:30, 7 o'clock on TikTok, mate, we're talking utter trash. From that, it's basically Daicos replacements. I'll talk about a few of these players. Already did a TikTok tonight. You know, I feel like some people, depending on their flexibility and dual position players, I'll talk about some options, defence, mid, and forward. So, but let's take a look at the teams, shall we? Big game tomorrow night, and Shannon Neal's playing. Thank God for that. Bit of youth in that side. And there he is. Nick Daicos is out. Brody Grundy comes in and Clary. So bad news for Max Gawn owners. That's not ideal for you out there. And I don't think Oliver's overly relevant anymore to too many. Might help out your draft team out there. Nothing too much going on there. Gee, Will Phillips just can't. I mean, I guess Ben Cunnington, they're giving him that little farewell and Wardlaw. But yeah, geez. Fair enough. Matty Roberts, welcome back, mate. You have returned, my friend. And there's Tuke Miller. That'll help a few as well. So far, so good. Nothing crazy yet. Nothing unexpected. That's all good. Let's keep the run going. Nice. No complaints there. Nothing crazy there. Sweet. Gee, Hopper's out injured again. Martin comes back. There we go. So we're pretty smooth sailing there, which at least for my side is pretty good. So we'll log on, and I butchered the skipper last week, and I'm just a bit nervous on it now. I mean, I'll tell you what I'm thinking in a sec, but I don't know. I don't know. So I'm thinking of going. Look, Sicily probably from a skipper, but I'm thinking probably Rory Laird or Jordan Dawson for the VC. I want to steer clear of Bontempelli just in case Finn McGuinness does go and line up on him. But yeah, obviously you can see that Daicos, I've got no trades, but it's not too much of a drama because Hewitt comes on to my midfield. Doherty goes back into defence, and we have premiums across all lines. And we actually have a little bit of bench coverage out of nowhere, which has been pretty unusual. I mean, McRae's down as an emergency, but he'll get selected, so that's all good. I'm always tempted to. I mean, what have we got on the VCs? Like, honestly, I'll take 120 at the moment. Like, I know Sicily's been going bonkers, but I just feel like, you know, could the Dogs play like Luke Beveridge? Will he just play a little defensive option on him? I don't know. I know it's rare, but I'm a bit nervy on the skipper. I'm a bit like gun shy about really backing myself in last week. And, you know, do you go Josh Dunkley at the Gabba to really return to form? Because, yeah, I think once this video is done, I'll probably have a look at his form at the Gabba, because I feel like it's really good. I mean, isn't it funny? Like, Dunkley's a guy that I barely even think about him because everyone has him. So you don't even look at his scores and you log on. He's like, oh, he scored another 140. Awesome. The one time I've got him captain, I'm honing in. Bloke's not even scoring over 80 for me. So, look, we'll have a bit of a think about it. I mean, look at some of those numbers are just fantastic. So, I'm tempted. I think it'll be Laird or Dunkley. But yeah, pretty happy with how it's all looking. In terms of my leagues, I do have some leagues that I'm still alive in. Don't think all of these are absolute top 8 finals, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see how that progresses. Obviously, I've found a way to have some really bad opening finals for SuperCoach leagues. Last year, I had Tom Stewart, who was not as popular as he was this year from memory. And I think he scored 48, and it just ruined me in that many finals. And then I butchered the skipper last week. So it is what it is. I won my draft. I'm doing well in my draft league, so I'm very happy about that. But let's dive into a few options about Nick Daicos if you do have a trade or two up your sleeve. Okay, so this is the way I'm approaching it. Now, I'm going to presume you don't have... Let's just go through all the options that you could go for. I think it's pretty easy if you've got cash. Like, I think, everyone knows to pick an LDU or an Errol Goulden, he's fine. Brayshaw's really consistent. Like, Luke Ryan, if you got some cash, I think is the best option if you want to just go for a defender. And he's probably the best one under that 600k mark. Doherty is also pretty good, but I would prefer Ryan, despite what the more recent stats say. Other than that, so we've now got to Daicos' price, and we can talk about options underneath him. So in terms of the midfield, Parrish jumps off the page, Sarong jumps off the page, and clearly Zach Butters is a great option. Not everyone may have him, but I'm going to go Sarong for your midfield option if that's the way you're looking at going. I think he's the clear one. Tom Green, not a bad option either, but Parrish or Sarong, you're winning either way. I think Butters is a great option. He's gone 130 the last 2 weeks. He seems to be back. The tough bit might be if you're looking for a defender and you don't have any cash and you need to go someone below Daicos' price. I think in that instance, I'm looking at Bailey Dale, who has thrown in a few 50s and 60s, but he has been better of late. And where is he at? Have I gone past him? There he is. So he's a bit cheaper, but look at that 3 and probably more particular the 3-round average, but certainly 5's been okay. And overall for the year, he's been okay. But also Jake Lloyd is a really solid option. And I think he's even much cheaper because he had that injury-affected game. Where is he? There he is. So, nice average overall. He's responded really well over the last 3 weeks. I think he's a quality option. Now, Jack Zeeble, I think, is someone that if you desperately needed cash for maybe another trade, I had a few people on the live going, Zeeble in, and then you're getting another premium elsewhere. I wouldn't really be going all guns blazing for Zeeble. If he does play full games for the rest of the year, gets looked after by Clarko, yeah, he's going to average pretty nicely. But I still get a bit concerned about, will they throw him forward just to get a few goals in his last game? Or will he get subbed off just to make sure he's right for the last couple of games, give him a send-off? I don't know. So I'd probably go, I think Lloyd's a safer, more solid bet. Dale probably has that opportunity to go a bit more 120 plus. I know Lloyd has, but I think Dale's got a bit more of a bigger gap between his best and worst. And in terms of the forward line, is a guy who is also in a Dockers Guernsey, and I don't know if we've scrolled past him. There he is, Luke Jackson, scoring 173 last week, and that is an insight to what this bloke can do as a sole ruck. We said it 2 weeks ago when he's about 460, 450. Jackson, a great option forward. No Sean Darcy. He's going to average 3 figures for the rest of the year, in my opinion. And he might even go more than that if he produces games like he did last week. Don't expect that every week, but I'll tell you what, pretty good option. So, I feel as if they're the guys I'd be going with. across all the lines. I mean, clearly Butters, if you don't have him, is the forward option, but I think Jackson is right up there in terms of options you could go with. But yeah, I don't know if I've missed anyone. And what did I write down? Oh, that's right. Nick Newman was one that was getting talked about. And look, I love Newman. I brought him in one of my draft teams, but I just think when I'm weighing these things up, I sort of go, well, look, someone like Luke Ryan has done it for years upon years, and Nick Newman has historically been inconsistent. Now, he's obviously having a really good patch of footy, but I don't know exactly why. He's obviously being utilised more. Is that like a change in the game plan? Is it a change because Doherty's playing a bit more all over the place? Are they going through Newman a bit more as opposed to Sard? And I don't know. Maybe someone who watches Carlton closer than me can tell me. You can't question his last probably 6 to 8 weeks, but it does make me worried just over the journey. I wonder if we can compare to another year where he ran hot. I reckon it was this 87. Like he can go big, there's no doubt about it, but he just does, over the years, he does have that tendency to go big when he's on, but also can throw in a quieter game. So even like this, he ebbs and flows through within season. 161, 140s, 64. You know, start of the year, like he just strikes me as a hot and cold player. But at the moment, he's hot. So maybe you want to just play the hot hand. He's rolling real nicely. Jack Sinclair should also get a good mention. I think he's really consistent. And he's at a good price. He seems to be at a decent price all year because he occasionally throws in a 70 or an 80. But I don't think there's too much to expand on there. Hopefully you've got coverage. Do your best out there. Really interesting discussion, and I watched Jackson Davies' video about fixing SuperCoach or the changes he would make. Made for a really interesting viewing, and it made me ponder how I would fix SuperCoach. Actually kept me awake a little bit last night. I couldn't switch off. I was zoned in, and I've actually come up with a bit of an idea, which I'll do a separate video on. It's a little left field, but I think it can actually fix the cookie cutter SuperCoach Classic sides that we see all the time, and for me has taken a little bit of the enjoyment out of the game. I still love it, but I much prefer draft, and it's so hard in Classic to differentiate. And I just think, particularly these last 6 to 8 weeks when we lose that ability to trade, definitely that enjoyment and engagement does drop out of the game. So I just wonder if we can do a few tweaks just to bring that back, because I reckon this great game of SuperCoach is fantastic and we love it, but I reckon we could make it even better and reward people who get it right. And this will make more sense when I explain it, but get it right in the preseason, and the people that get it right early in the year, yeah, I'll talk about it soon, but probably do it in the next couple of weeks. But I think I'd love to hear your thoughts. So I'm going to wrap it up because it is like 10 o'clock. So I'm going to edit this one up and get stuck into it. So I hope you have a good week, guys. Would love to hear your thoughts. I'll talk to you throughout the week and definitely next Wednesday. Cheers.